NBA Countdown is presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Download the app today. Use code SPLASH.
Stephen A., postseason ballots, they are due tomorrow. How's yours doing?
It's a struggle. Wilbon and I went through this last year. We would text each other back and forth. I don't know.
We'll be talking about it in just a couple of minutes. For now, we're sending you out to Boston. Mark Jones, take it away.
All right, Malika, it's the second weekend here in April under a radiant sky. This time of the year, the Celtic faithful usually kind of brush aside this 82-game march of a regular season and focus their attentions at North Station on another NBA championship. It would be banner number 18 for Derek White and the Boston Celtics. As we welcome you to NBA Courtside, presented by DoorDash. As we take a little bit of inventory in the standings, Boston already has locked up the number 2 spot in the East and the second best record overall in the NBA. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Hawks, they're number 8. They will play against Miami in the play-in tournament game on Tuesday night. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Jones, chopping it up. Happy holiday from all of us to all of you. Cassidy Hubbard will be joining us in just a little bit. Jeff, let's start talking about the Boston Celtics. Last year, they came perilously close to winning an NBA championship, coming up just 2 games short. When you look at their record, they seem to have not skipped any steps in getting back to this point, and their 2 best players are having career years.
Well, if you look at them statistically, they've been the most dominant team in the NBA. They're in the top 3 in both offense and defensive efficiency so far this year. And as you mentioned, when you have home run hitters like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who are having outstanding years, you have a chance to finish the job and run the table to the championship.
They've been consistent all season. Cassidy has more on Jaylen Brown. Cass?
Yeah, Mark, Jaylen Brown is missing his 2nd straight game with a laceration on his right hand, his shooting hand, that required 5 stitches. I'm told the cut is in the webbing between the middle finger and the index finger, and he has had his right hand wrapped for the last few days. He said he cut that hand Thursday night while picking up a piece of glass in his house from a vase he knocked over and broke while watering plants in his home. And Brown said he expects to be sidelined for up to a week and will be able to return in time for the start of Boston's first-round playoff series next weekend. Brad Stevens spoke pregame and said he expects him to return to practice in the second half of the week, Mark.
All right, that's the prospectus for the Boston Celtics. Meanwhile, Jeff, let's talk about the Atlanta Hawks. It's been a very turbulent season for them, and to think that just a couple of years ago, they made the Eastern Conference Finals behind Trae Young. And as we take a look at our greatest delivery, brought to you by DoorDash, this team with Quinn Snyder now as head coach will only go as far as Young can take them, right?
Well, they've been a 500 team throughout the entire season. Nate McMillan 1 game under 500. Joe Prunty won both of his games as an interim coach, and now Quinn Snyder at 10-10. But they have more than enough from an offensive standpoint to make a push against Miami come Tuesday behind Trae Young. He has to shoot better from 3. He has to cut down on his reckless turnovers, but he has the pick and roll game to win anywhere at any time.
And this time in the postseason, he has another all-star, DeJounte Murray, beside him in the backcourt. Well, we played 81 games in the regular season and a great afternoon of basketball coming up on ESPN with all those different combinations on the Western Conference side. We'll come back to Boston right after this.
NBA Courtside on ESPN is presented by DoorDash, the official partner of the NBA. Score one for the neighborhood.
Get up out the way now. You don't want to play now.
Today is not the end. Only the start of what's next. Because another challenge awaits to reach the ultimate prize.
Man, I hope you can swim. Never lose while you hoping to win.
Fun. This is all what it's about.
Now we got to be locked in for the playoffs.
We got bigger goals.
That's the only goal. Putting myself in a position to help my team be great.
That's what we play for.
That's what they came to see. Tatum. Boom!
Are you kidding me?
This is going to be a wild weekend. We know what we're supposed to do.
We want to go in with momentum.
It's a journey, and we just want to put ourselves in position to be able to compete for a championship.
Finish strong and keep going.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA Sunday, presented by State Farm. From Boston, folks, we have reached the penultimate moment, the last day of the regular season before the playoffs begin, and the clear lines of demarcation have been drawn. Team versus team, player versus player, as we take a look at the starting lineups for the Hawks and the Celtics. Interesting to note that Derek White, the Boston Celtics, starting today, making his 70th start of the season. More importantly, he will have participated in all 82 games this year, which right now is a little bit of a rarity these days.
And will be banned immediately by the Players Association for coming to work every day.
Can't do that.
No, it's illegal.
Underway. Holiday triple handoff to Hunt.